Welcome back. Good to see you again. If you watched my first video, thank you for sticking through it. I know there were some technical issues that I cannot promise will be fixed in this one, but I'll do my darndest. But yeah, thanks for watching the first video and leaving nice comments and following me on Instagram and doing all the things. And all of that has really motivated me to keep going and keep the momentum. So, I am the people's princess, I like to think. So when the people ask, I give. I'm very generous. And the people on Instagram have asked me to document making my second battle jacket. And I'm going to have to make a whole video about the first one at some point. But for now, we're going to get started with the second one. And my other one is all black and white patches. This one is going to have all colorful patches. And color isn't really something I wear, but I think it would be cool. So we're going to make it happen. I first want to show you the victim that we are going to be desecrating today, and that is this little jacket. It's already super cool, but when I bought it at a costume shop here in the city, and it kind of hit me at a really awkward length. The sleeves are really long, and the actual jacket hit me at around my hips, and it's a little oversized, so like oversized plus too long, I find on me is a bad combo. So I've just had it low key sitting in my closet for a year and a half now, but I decided that she deserves a chance to be out in the wild. So I'm going to document some of the process of getting some patches on this jacket, but I'll show you a little bit more in depth. It's got these very cool tie sleeves with the grommets, and then on the front it has also grommets with no lacing in them, lots of those. And it's got the same tie-up detail down the back as well. So, kind of perfect vibe ready to start. Like, it already looks pretty cool. So, we're going to even level it up and we're going to add some cool patches. So, I'm excited. So far, I have two that I've purchased. I went to Salem on Sunday and I purchased this cute little coffin one, and I'm very excited about. And then I also purchased a type O negative patch at a record store on Friday. And I'm gonna lean into the sexual innuendo kind of with a lot of these because I'm only gonna be wearing it to like goth nights and concerts and stuff. So it's not like I'm wearing it on a daily basis. So it's not like a child is going to see it and be traumatized, you know? But this one, it says slow, deep, and hard. I also have two that I've already made. This is the little hymn logo, the heartogram, and then this, I actually have three. This is the Knocked Loose logo from their new album, You Won't Go Before You're Supposed to. That was my top album of last year, so going on the jacket. And then this last one, this is the logo for the Scary Bitches. So, yeah, and you can see it's like not a perfect outline or anything, but we're gonna paint over it. So, all I wanted was just a good sketch on there so I can figure it out. So yeah, I'm gonna actually, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna work with the ones that I already have. So I have Knocked Loose, I have a Him one, and I have Scary Bitches. I am going to paint those and make those nice so that I can sew those on. So I do not have lots of acrylic paint, so we're just gonna use what I have, which is watercolor. I'm assuming if I put on a thick enough layer of this stuff, then it's gonna work fine. And if it doesn't, we're all gonna have a learning experience together. And by together, I mean I'm gonna delete this video and you'll never know that it happened. So I have white. I'm gonna mix with the yellow and the green. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Just like a nice green. All right. I'm just gonna paint over where the tracing was. Yeah, this is showing up fine. So yeah, basically if you watercolor and that's all you have, you can still do this. It's totally fine. Clearly, it's working for me. I mean, I'm not gonna like it's gonna probably get fucked up in the wash, but also with these like patch jackets, I'm not planning on putting them in the wash. I'm planning on hand washing them. So, yeah, especially with the patches. I'm like, I don't want to. But yeah, I'm gonna have some greens on here. I'm gonna have some red, purple. We're gonna go real crazy with the color. I want to do a cramps patch as well, and that I've seen it in a bunch of different colors, but I saw like an orangey gold one that I really liked. So I think I might do that. Am I gonna wear color? No, but I am going to wear all black and then have a super colorful jacket on. I think that's fun. I think that's within the realm of possibilities for me because I really truly only wear black. I have one white shirt. That's not true. I have a few. I have one white sweater and then I have one white blouse. So first patch is pretty much done. Knocked loose. And I'll it's not perfect, of course. Like I didn't expect it to be perfect, but I'm gonna try to clean it up as much as I can. Just to make it. I don't care if it looks like it's homemade, but I do care if it looks like it's sloppy and homemade. You know what I'm saying? So it's got to be a little bit nice. I'm super late to this conversation, but do you guys remember the knocked loose Jimmy Kimmel disaster that happened? Do you guys remember that? If you don't, for context, Knocked Loose is a hardcore band from Kentucky, and they've been putting out stuff for a decent amount of time, I think. Like I have their album the it's not Eternal Blue. Eternal Blue is the Spirit Box one. Um what is the Noctilus one? Hold on. It's a different shade of blue. Eternal Blue and Different Shade of Blue are two different albums, both by bands that I love, but different albums. But yeah, I started listening to them around there when they released that album, and their last album came out in 2024, and that's the this one. I think that looks good. I think that's gonna be good. But basically, they were invited onto Jimmy Kimmel because they were nominated for Best Metal Record. The song that they were nominated for was Suffocate with Poppy. That song was my top song last year, so I was hyped as fuck. I was so excited. And they didn't win, sadly. Eh, eh. Okay. When in doubt, use your teeth. That's not good advice. Don't do that. Oh, oopsies. But yeah. So they get invited on Jimmy Kimmel with Poppy, Knocked Loose and Poppy. That they have a whole set, and I'm in the Knocked Loose subreddit, and I'm in like a bunch of the metal subreddits, and I'm seeing all of the people like getting tickets and getting excited, and they're talking about like, oh, who's gonna mosh at Jimmy Kimmel? So there's video if you go look it up. I honestly, if I remember to, I'll put the link to the video in the description. But basically, you can see in the video just a bunch of meathead guys moshing and like really going hard on this fucking pit that they've created at the Jimmy Kimmel fucking set. I think they actually were on like an alternate location, but whatever. It was intense. Like I saw people like fully doing spin kicks and shit at fucking Jimmy Kimmel, which is incredible. I'm like so happy that that was happening. I wouldn't mosh, but I absolutely would have shown up if I had like the means to do so. I absolutely would have been there. I saw Knocked Loose back in June, and that concert was fantastic. And I would see them again, and I will likely see them again next time they go tour. And I showed my dad the show. He doesn't listen to hardcore. He listens to like 80s rock, hair metal, loves Kiss, Alice Cooper, Ozzy Osbourne, Heart, Blondie, like, you know, cool dad stuff. And I like a lot of that too. I've been actually listening to a lot more Alice Cooper lately. But like he's not going for hardcore, pig squealing, like that's not his vibe, but that's fine. That's totally okay. But I wanted to show him the video because it was hilarious. And he's like, "Are you kidding me? These guys are fucking actually moshing at this show. This is awesome." And he thought it was hilarious. But then there was a lot of backlash after the show by the poor sweet old ladies that watch Jimmy Kimmel every night with their wine, and they're trying to ignore their shit husbands that they hate, so they're watching Jimmy. And there was a lot of Facebook posts that night that were like, my children's ears are bleeding, or my children are crying because of this music. How dare you put this out? Like, send an apology out. I don't think they ever ended up apologizing for this, as they fucking shouldn't, because it was advertised as this will be the hardest metal on late night ever. Yeah, I mean, people were complaining, people were being little pussy ass bitches about it, and that's fine, I guess. But like, I don't know, there's so little understanding of like, hey, people can have different music tastes than you, and it's totally fine. Like they can listen to whatever and you can listen to whatever. And those things don't have to be the same. And also those other things can be televised. But you do not have to listen to them. You can go to the other room, you can change the channel, you can, go fight with your husband like you're usually doing. Like you can go do shit. You don't have to sit through this. And you also especially don't have to complain about it afterwards just because you didn't like it and it hurt your little ears, your baby bitch ears. I'm sorry. I deeply apologize that you have no sense of whimsy. You hate fun. Hopefully I'll be able to wear this jacket this weekend. Um at some point. I don't know exactly what I'm doing this weekend, but my sister is coming in. She's taking a break from law school. She has spring break. So she is coming and I know we're gonna film a video together. We are going to film a uh goth baddie-ifying my sister video, which is gonna be fucking insane. I have she's been asking me to do this for her for literal years. So the fact that we're finally getting around to it is super exciting. Scary Bitches is done. Look at that, look how cute. Look how cute it came out. Okay. That's two done. For the him one, I'm thinking purple. Is that crazy? I feel like purple is a very lovey color, so pretty color. Oh, that's way too dark. The violet is super dark and it's not gonna show up. I need to add some white to this. But it's like dark grape. And this is like my favorite color, but this will not show up on the jacket. I'm 100% sure it will not show up. So we're gonna take a little white and mix it in. Maybe I should do a white jacket at some point. Would that be cool? Do people do white battle jackets? I'm on like the battle jacket subreddit and the other like the parody ones of um the bad doll jackets with like a DD instead of a TT, that are like, look at this bullshit. Like these jackets suck ass. Um, but I haven't seen any white. I've seen denim and I've seen black and like leather. And I know some people get like suede and they do that, but I'd feel weird about wearing suede. I feel like I'd get sweaty. Leather's a better texture to me. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about like what exactly I want to put on jackets, what I want jackets to look like, and all that fun stuff. Um, I just see a lot of jackets out. Like I'm even going to like goth clubs and stuff. Most people are not wearing a battle jacket. I think that might change. I think I notice it more when I go to concerts. I have not been to a concert since I've made my battle jacket, so I haven't worn it to like a venue like that yet, but I will coming up soon. I'm seeing Spirit Box and Loathe in uh end of April. I'm also seeing Deftones in the beginning of April with a bestie for their birthday. I have a Deftones patch on my other jacket, so I think I just might wear that to both. And I have a Loathe patch on that one too, so I think I might just wear that to both shows. I thrifted a like moto style leather jacket at the Goodwill a few weeks ago, and I have not been able to take that shit off since. I think just I now like having it, I think I just need to like be on the back of a motorcycle. I don't want to learn how to ride one myself. Like I don't want to learn to drive it because I'm scared. But if someone else is skilled and experienced and wants to take me out for a ride and will not kill me and not go super fast, I'd be down for that. So like I think I don't know, I've just been into like the sounds and styles that are associated with that right now. I think it's really fun. I think classic rock gets a bad rap in the metal community and like the goth community. I think a lot of people don't like it for whatever reason, even though it's like what spawned the music that they listen to, especially like very old metal like Slayer and Judas Priest. If someone's like, "Oh, I'm a big Slayer fan," I'm like, "Oh, have you been under a rock?" Like there's been a lot of stuff that's come out since. But I mean, I started actually like trying to listen to that kind of stuff more recently, and it's actually really fun. I'm listening to a lot of Alice Cooper. I've been listening to a good amount of Kiss, I started listening to Judas Priest back in like July, I think, and that's been fun. It's just like fun. There's no harsh vocals. It's just like a fun time. And there's a lot of metal also nowadays that still does that. That's a little bit more um obscure. One band that I'm thinking of is called Haunt. I saw them in 2023 when they came. I think they're from California. It's definitely nerdcore metal, which is fine. And I think it's fun because I'm a nerd, so I'm cool with it. But like lots of space themes, lots of like fun concepts. There's that stupid perception that there has to be harsh vocals in metal to make it metal music. And I find that so dumb because that's not even how metal started. So if you know someone that thinks that, and they probably, I'll say it, that person, if they think that, they definitely listen to black metal. Oh boy. Wow. I don't know. I don't know why all of a sudden, like, as soon as you start listening to black metal, you start being a shithead, um, behaving erratically and irrationally and stupidly and being judgy and weird. Also, every black metal guy I've ever met is a extreme oversharer, like to the highest degree. Extreme oversharing, where it's like, when would that ever be appropriate to say to me? Literally when? Like, tell me. Like we could go multiple years of knowing each other without me knowing the information that you just told me. But here we are. Okay, here's the hymn patch. Yeah, yeah, look at that shit. Fuck yeah, bitch. Let's go. Okay, that looks beautiful. We're switching gears. We're going to sewing. So, I have my jacket, and I make the decision of where I want to put something, and I just go for it. So, what I do when I am sewing down patches is I don't like to pin them, and that's going to be a hot take. I understand that. So you don't have to do this, but this is what I do is I use fabric glue. So this is fabric glue. I got it on Amazon like forever ago. It so like it says it's a surprise adhesive force. This was a great adhesive. Best-selling Europe and America, mad fans around the world. But yeah, basically I'm gonna put a little bit of dibble dabble of glue in each of the four corners of the patch. Just a little, and a little in the middle. Just so that it stays down enough that I can sew it down and I'm not worried about it coming apart. So, just a little bit of glue back there. And then I'll pick where I want this. I think I want this right under one of the pockets. So I'm going to look at what I'm doing. I'm going to lay it out flat and then pick a spot and just go for it. Make sure it's centered and then press it down. This is what we have so far. It's just glued down. And then we're gonna sew. Okay. So I have black, I have green, I have white, and I have red. Those are the four colors I have. For this one, I think I'm just gonna stick with the black. I think that's fine. So I have a black spool of thread. I basically unfurl like the entire length of my wingspan, roll that out, cut it at the end, boop, and then I thread the needle, which we're gonna see if I can catch a good threading on camera. Okay. Well, that wasn't super embarrassing. That's cool. And then I thread it all the way through so that the ends match. What I do from here is I have it doubled up now so that it's a little bit thicker, and this just gives me more assurance that it's gonna hold. And then what I do is I tie a little knot at the end, and this knot does not have to be perfect. It just needs to hold them together. So I just kind of like, literally, I'm just tying it on, so I just kind of go over in a loop, and then I pull the two strings, or at least one. If both don't go through, it's fine. Now that we have a knot at the end of our thread, we'll start to sew. And when you're sewing a patch on with the thin ones that are like t-shirt or like cotton material, all you really have to do is take it from under, go to one of the corners, push the needle through, just like that, just push it straight through, pull it all the way up, all the way through. Make sure, oh, and tie a better knot so that it doesn't do that. Yeah, let's try that again. And I know a lot of people do like whip stitch for these, but since I glue it down with fabric glue, I don't think it really is necessary. Um, those are, I guess, if you want to be able to change out your patches, then I guess go for it. And then all you're gonna do now is just go through the other side and just go straight back through. And you'll want to keep it in line as much as you can so it looks neat. But if we're using black, it's not that big of a deal. So that's one stitch. I don't know if you can see it, but that's one. And then we're just gonna go all the way around with that. So now that I have this all the way done, all the way around, what I'm gonna do is just make a very simple double knot at the end. So I'm just gonna take the needle, I'm gonna go back through the very last stitch that I did, go under the stitch, and then pull it straight across so it goes through the back of the fabric like this. So it's going straight through, right under the last stitch. And then I'll start to pull that tight, but don't pull it all the way. And then you're gonna want to loop through the needle once, and then loop through the needle twice, and then you pull it tight. So that's pulled through. That should hold. I've had no problems with my other jackets holding when I've done this. And then cut the end. And then what I do is a little bit of fabric glue just on that end and like seal it just in case anything treacherous happens. So this is patch one. Knock loose, motherfucker! So yeah, I'm very happy with this one. Came out super cute. And we're gonna move on to the next one. So here's the hem patch. Putting it on the back, right there. I think that's a cute spot. So yeah, I'm gonna go in and sew this the exact same way I did the other one. I'm gonna start throwing on a bunch of the other patches, and I will come back in a little bit. All right, I'm back. This one, the typo negative patch, was actually such a breeze to put on. I was worried because it's just thicker fabric that it was gonna be hard. This was a fucking breeze. So now I have this one done. I actually had to paint over the hem patch a little bit because it had some like smudging. But I have that one done and I have the knocked loose one done. And I'm gonna sew on the rest of these patches. I did with the typo negative, I did the exact same thing I did with the knocked loose one, where it's just straight stitching across the seams and gluing down the edges after you knot them, and that's really it. And I think it's gonna stay on fine. I'm not concerned. So yeah, I'm gonna finish up these ones. I have three more patches to sew on. I'll sew all three of them on, and then when I'm done with that, I will show you all the intermediate, I guess, product. All right, folks, I think we are done with the jacket for today. I have to obviously do some cleanup because there's a little bit of glue and paint and shit on other parts of the jacket that I don't want there to be. But overall, I'm very happy. Here's the back. You see that? Yeah. Look at that. Very cool. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the crop that I did. I think that was like the best thing I could have done for this jacket. But yeah, so here's the front. I got these three on the front. I got the two on the right panel. But I will be adding many more. So yeah, I think this is the end of the video. Thanks guys for sticking around. I'm gonna keep going on this. In the meantime, I am gonna be looking for some more patches, going to some record stores, searching around a little bit, and see what I can find, and also figure out how else I want to accessorize the jacket. So chains and studs and other stuff that I have, I'll figure out what I want to do with those. But for now, I'm very happy with it, and I'm excited to keep working on this with you. So thank you for watching. If you have a battle jacket that you've been working on, feel free to send me pictures and describe your process to me. I'd love to hear about it. I love hearing about other people's what they like to wear and what they like to make. So feel free to let me know about that. Also, feel free to let me know about any future video ideas that you have for me. I am very amenable to whatever you guys want me to do. I'm your jester, I'm your clown. So let me know what you want to see from me. All right, folks. It's been a fun one. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.